Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for July 12th to the 19th, 2024. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me, pulling your energy into this present moment with me. So that together, across time and space, we co-create this reading for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. With each breath, just coming home to yourself. Dropping into that beautiful body. And I invite you to envision a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down, 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 deep into Mother Earth, grounding you here and now in this present moment, knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring you and allowing you to be fully here now, but it is also providing you with a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future, collectively co-creating this reading for our personal and collective highest and greatest good for July 12th to the 19th, 2024. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all of those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time. At this time, I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us across time and space, creating a beautiful, sacred, light-filled container of love, wisdom, healing, transformation, peace. More light, why not? And anything else that is uppermost in our hearts and minds, may it be held here in good ways, supporting us in our best as we journey on this planet here at this time. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Let's get into the reading, shall we? So, Creator, what is it that we most need to know this week, please? So that we can show up fully, bring all that we are to life in wonderful ways, heal the parts that need the love, and transform and uplift whatever is holding us back from bringing all that we are into life in magnificent ways. Okay. Okie doke. Here we are with what we know to be our past card. And the past card is where we're coming from. It's information that we already know, that's applicable to now, that's applicable to the journey we're currently on. And this card, the Queen of Pentacles, is inviting us to step into our mastery of the earth realm, to be at peace with ourselves in this part of life. The Queen of Pentacles is the feminine aspect of the pentacle suit, which is the earth element, and this is food, community, home, money, business, land, farming, the body, health. All of this is part of the energy of the earth element. And the queens and kings represent maturation of the suit, which also means mastery. It means they understand their element really well. They've learned how to harness those energies and use them wisely and well, not only for their own good, but for the good of everyone whose life they touch. And so the Queen of Pentacles might be a businesswoman, might be ourselves. It usually does mean aspects of us that we have developed. And so the Queen of Pentacles is someone who knows the earth element well, who knows how to nourish a body, who knows how to take care of a body, who knows how to provide shelter and food and community and well-being for the human form, her own and that of those around her. It's a maternal kind of quality of energy to this card. And it's very intuitive as well because it has that feminine aspect. So there's this nurturing feminine quality of connection to the earth and bringing forth from the earth what is needed for sustenance and comfort and well-being. This is important now. Remembering our relationship to the earth. We don't have bodies for no reason. We're not here to escape our bodies. Our bodies are key to the experience we are currently having on the planet at this time. It's key to the evolution. We have to be spirit and body in order to make this all work. Integrated, well integrated into body, bringing more of our spirit through into the human form as much as possible, which is, as we've talked about before, the purpose of practices like a yoga, like a Tai Chi, like a Qigong. We're learning to move energy, bring it into the body, hold more light in our cells and in the spaces between our cells. That's who we really are. Because we're human and we have this dense physical form, we can only hold so much of that energy. And as the earth is shifting into a lighter, higher frequency and vibration, so are we. Our density is changing. It's easier and easier for more light to be held in the form, in the body. So this card is reminding us that being at peace and ease and comfort in our human form is really important. Of course, we have to take care of ourselves. We are a human body. We need meditation, hydration, exercise, nutrition, diet, good food, and sleep. Those things are essential to the right functioning of our human vessel. And we have control over those parts. We can take care of ourselves. We can do those things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. So this card is touching on all of that quality of energy for the coming week. And probably beyond, because it's important. Present card. The 9 of Hearts, the card of fulfillment. This is a lovely, lovely energy. This is when we show up fully open-hearted, who we are with our gifts in love and service to life. And life sees us and acknowledges us and rewards us and flows that good energy and intention back our way. This is the new way of engaging. I mean, it's always been there, the possibility, but the capacity to sustain it hasn't been there in the way that it is now. So as we are coming more into mastery, understanding that the body is not an afterthought. It's not something to be neglected. It's not something to be abused. It's something to be adored and cared for and nourished and loved and integrated into our spiritual practices. Understanding it is key to being human at this time and key to our becoming more. This card of fulfillment, the satisfaction of being here in human form and bringing our gifts in service to life. That's where fulfillment comes from. We've been sold a bit of a false bill of goods with this idea that material things will bring us this satisfaction. And there's a certain amount of, I guess, appreciation and comfort and well-being that comes with that. I mean, who are we kidding? We have human forms. We like comfort. We like ease. We like beauty and we like flow, and that's all perfect. But what's most deeply fulfilling and satisfying is when we are the creators of that beauty. We are the creators of that ease. We are the creators of that flow and that function and that result of goodness in the world. That's where our fulfillment as human beings comes from, is in service to life. We're here to bring who we are into the world in beautiful ways and to give of that generously, because that creates this incredible cycle of generosity and flow within the flow of life in the universe. We become part of the energy of generosity. We become part of the energy of abundance and of prosperity. All of that quality of energy, which is very much in the Pentacles card, is all part of this flow. So staying in that clean and clear space, showing up in every moment to the best of our ability, whatever that might be. Maybe you're at the beach and you see a piece of garbage and you pick it up. Not because you hope somebody will see you, but because caring for the earth is caring for ourselves. And taking care of those small things adds up in the collective. If we all take care a little more of our home, right use of resources, right care of resources, that makes a huge, huge difference in how we're being in the world and how the world responds to nature and to life and to this place we call home. We have to shift how we've been doing things and come at life from a more congruent, harmonious, respectful way. I think we know that. And it will be deeply fulfilling when we do live this way in right relationship to life. And we're doing it already. I don't want to discount anybody out there who's picking up garbage. Thank you. But that idea of coming home to right relationship, the fulfillment of living a right life for ourselves, in our communities, in the world. And we're the ones who feel it. It's not an outside-in thing. Fulfillment comes from the inside out. Where is our deepest satisfaction? Where is our deepest fulfillment? Where is our deepest joy? Where is our deepest yes, our enthusiasm? It all goes together. It all is part of the same thing. Near future, Two of Pentacles, the card of change, and we have snakes that are slithering around and shedding their skins. That's the kind of change humanity is going through. It's the kind of change we personally are going through. And it's a very interesting time on the planet. Outwardly, there's change as well. I would encourage everyone to keep coming home to themselves. Where is change happening in your own life? And how can you bring your mastery of the earth realm and your gifts and your talents and abilities to bear in service to more life? And it doesn't have to be the cure for cancer. Service to life is picking up that piece of garbage on the beach. Service to life is smiling at a person as you walk by them, or holding a door, or saying a kind thing, or, I don't know, helping your neighbor out with something. It doesn't have to be a major coup. It can be a simple gesture, a simple act, something that fits into your day. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out of your way in some radical thing and inconvenience yourself dramatically to make a change. Change, fulfillment, gratification, the enjoyment and satisfaction of really fully being engaged and present in life happens right here, right now. We don't have to go seeking it. When we show up fully in this now moment, bringing all that we are to life, it is enough. And that brings the change that we're seeking collectively. If we all stood forward, brought ourselves forward from that place of, I am whole, I am in right relationship to life, life shows me what it needs in every moment, and I respond in a perfect way. And trust that and relax into it and know that you are exactly where you need to be. And if life wants you somewhere else, that will become very apparent and you will go in that direction. But right here, right now, this now point is where you are. Take a good look around and be who you are here and now. And be open to the change. Because sometimes the manifestation of change, as I said, sometimes it comes like a bolt from the blue, but not usually if you're an intentional person living on your path and purpose. Usually there's evidence, there's signs that things are shifting or that you're required to change. And sometimes we want to stay safe and small, and so we ignore those signs. And that's a very human thing to do. It's just fine. But also understanding that change can be for our highest and greatest good. I mean, it always is. Change is the only constant in the universe, and we are always adjusting, adapting, and changing and growing. And while we might want to stay where we are, where it's cozy and comfortable, there's also the opportunity that comes when we switch energy up. Hope what I'm saying is not contradictory. What we have is this energy of the earth element, mastery of the earth element, of being fully engaged in the body, fully present, loving our lives, loving each other, being in service to life, bringing that wonderful, gratifying energy into the world and having the benefit of the fulfillment that comes from it. What's in it for us? Being of service to life, that's what's in it. That life of fulfillment, of gratification, of well-being, of feeling on purpose. And as I said, the purpose isn't necessarily capital P, world peace, curing cancer. If it is, wicked, keep going. But it is this idea of being right here, right now, in service in this moment through our best choices of actions and gestures and words and presence. And then the change that results when we are fully living into this is with ease. It happens with ease. It happens with flow. It happens effortlessly. We're kind of like the snake is designed to shed its skin when it's time. We are designed to adjust and adapt. That is what, I've been thinking about a lot about this. What true health is resilience. It's our ability to respond to life, not to be overwhelmed, not to be knocked down, but to be responsive and adaptable and resilient. That's what we're seeking from our experience on the planet. And so this is the energy that we're moving into. And so just being aware, noticing yourself. Notice, are you tightening up if it feels like change is coming forward? And why? What is it about the change that might be distressing you? And if you're not familiar with them, there's some fabulous remedies created by a fellow named Batch. I'm getting very excited about these lately. And they're there. Most people have heard of Rescue Remedy. That's his offering to life, one of his offerings to life. But these remedies are made from the flowers of particular plants left in the sun. It's very, very natural, very holistic. And they help with things like change. There's actually a remedy called walnut, which helps us to adapt to change. So if you're in a time of your life where you might be going through a shift of some kind and it's discombobulating for you, these remedies are one way that you can bring a little bit of extra information and grounding to your experience to just facilitate that change, to come home to yourself and be peaceful within. It's very, very helpful. I'll put the link below. Then the 10 of Hearts, the foundation. Why we're having the reading this week is this lovely energy of success. Here we have a community of people who've gathered. It might be a wedding, but it's certainly some kind of celebration. Beautiful colors. It's a beautiful feeling in this card. And this is why we're having the reading this week, is coming back to that good feeling energy. We have fulfillment, we have success, we have mastery of the earth element. We have the ease of transformation and change when we come from this good place. Finding our balance. So a gratitude practice helps us to connect to an energy and a frequency that is very close to the energy of love. Gratitude and appreciation and love are very, very, very similar. They're part of the highest frequencies that we have in our emotional lexicon, if you want to call it that. And so deliberately accessing that good feeling place is incredibly helpful for us to be embodied comfortably, happily, and resiliently respond to the change of life, whatever it is. So cultivating this good feeling energy is important. And that's why I mention a gratitude practice, because that is a way to cultivate good energy, right relationship to ourself, to life. Recognizing and acknowledging all the good, all the blessings, counting our blessings, and basking in the blessing of life. That is very high frequency energy, and it helps us. There was a study I was listening to, a program about a study about how when we have love and appreciation and gratitude energy, there have been studies that show that the actual DNA expands and opens more fully. So you can imagine that the information then of the surrounding environment can have more access, more light, air circulating. Let's get back to that tree of life analogy, right? We have more light and air and information circulating through that DNA. There's ease of transcription. And because it's open and it's beautifully formed, there is health and radiance and well-being that comes from it. When we're cultivating this good energy of love, gratitude, appreciation, happiness, well-being, even simply cultivating comfort and being at ease within ourselves, we're intentionally doing something to our DNA. Meditation is another one, and yoga practices. As I said, all of these things are tools to help us expand, bringing the energy in through the breath, expanding our DNA, allowing us to interact with our environment in a completely different way than when we go into fear and doubt and uncertainty, and our energy contracts and our DNA becomes very tight and very small. And there's no longer that ease of transcription. There's no longer ease of access to the insights and the information of the surrounding environment. So that's a physiological effect of cultivating this quality of high frequency energy, of being as much at peace as possible, as being in love as possible, in gratitude and appreciation and enjoyment and even enthusiasm. Why not? So just bearing in mind how important it is to be happy, to gather with others and share good feelings, give each other reasons to feel good. That kind of energy. So this is what our reading is about this week. It's really, really, really about mindfully cultivating ourselves and our state, our environment, our place in the world, so that we're feeling as full and positive and grounded and in a state of well-being as possible, because then that facilitates everything else. That helps us be in a body comfortably, happily, with ease and well-being, and it helps us to adjust and adapt to the change. Okay, so I think that's pretty darn clear. We got to take care of ourselves and find ways to be in this good feeling place with ourselves and with those we love, and to share that with the world. And also, I would just like to throw in, because of course we are living in the time that we are, and it's, I guess it's just what it is. But just noticing, what does your awareness of that outer world do to your energetic field? I invite you to simply observe. Observe if you're watching the news or the television's on or something's going on and you're being fed information. Just notice. Do you contract or do you expand? And get curious with that. And notice what is nourishing your expansion, and noticing what is causing contraction. Because we have free will. You and me, we have free will. We get to choose. How are we being? What are we putting in our consciousness? How are we doing life? It's very, very powerful. And I invite you to be masterful about this and deliberate about cultivating your human field, so that you are in this optimal state where healing happens, where insight drops in, where life flows with ease and grace, and where change comes effortlessly, without effort, without struggle, without conflict, without breakdown. So consider this, please, for the coming week. With that, let's get into the card to grow on. So Creator, this is a great reading. Thank you so much for these insights and for this opportunity to grasp them and integrate them and become who it is we're here to become, and to do it with more ease and grace, and to co-create a more beautiful world from our now place, knowing that we are agents of this new world. We are agents of this beautiful planet, agents of love and life, and we can add our well-being and our goodness to the collective and tip the scales in wonderful ways for more love and light and insight and grace and ease and flow to circulate and make the world what we know it can be. That truth that lives in our hearts and that inspires us to give it more room. What do we need to know, Creator, to hold all this as we go forth this week for our highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of everyone we love, everyone we connect with, everyone in our communities, everyone on this planet, all those world leaders who are doing their wacky things. We send them love and peace, insight and guidance, so that they too transform in good ways. All right, our card to grow on. The Four of Swords, Seclusion. It's a little bit contradictory because the last cards were telling us to gather with others, and that's okay. It's not necessarily contradictory. I take it back. But remembering our practices, remembering to give ourselves space to come home to ourselves and ground into that good energy. And when I say ground, I do mean plugging into life, being outside, being in the water, barefoot on the grass, on the soil, connecting to the earth, because that's deeply grounding. Nature is full of negative ions. Negative ions help to neutralize the positive ions that we are continually picking up from our devices that I'm sitting in the front of right now. Our electromagnetic fields, as humans, we have an electromagnetic field, and we pick up, when we're in our usual Western world environment, we're continually picking up those positive ions. Being at the beach, being in the forest, being by moving water, being by still water, all of it has incredible negative ion energy. And so that's why it feels so good to be in nature. It's why it feels so good to be at the beach. It's why it feels so good when it's a windy day. It's stirring up all those ions, and it helps to ground us. So our own electromagnetic field is becoming neutral, and we're able to become more peaceful and grounded and present as a result. That's the word grounded, home to ourselves. That's what it does. So this card is reminding us to take deliberate time every day to cultivate being at home within, being in a state of comfort and ease and well-being within ourselves, and facilitating that through the practices we've talked about again and again: meditation, movement practices like Qigong, like yoga, like Tai Chi. There are others. You get the drift. But having ongoing daily practices, and that can be going around the block for a walk, or going to your nearest park and taking your shoes off, leaning against a tree, just moving that in, bringing that into our lives, integrating that into our experience, so that every day we are having an opportunity to neutralize all the positive ions that we've collected, taking ourselves into nature and coming home to us. We are nature. So being in nature is a very regenerative, restorative, and uplifting thing, not just because of those negative ions. The beauty is also highly, highly healing. But this card, our card to grow on this week, is all about being deliberate about adding that into our life experience. And once again, if you feel called to having a 3-hour practice every morning, fill your boots. If that brings you home and brings you joy and helps you to feel grounded and peaceful and centered, awesome. For those of you who are not called to a 3-hour practice, I'm simply inviting you to consider how, in your daily experience, you can come home to yourself more. What practices, small, large, can you pull in, can we each pull in, that bring us to greater ease and well-being within ourselves, so that we are coming from that resilient, adaptable, healthy, grounded state of responsiveness rather than reaction. We have it within us to do this healing, to bring forward towards us whatever elements we are needing as we walk this path, have this journey, and adjust and adapt as we are all evolving, and the earth is going through her changes, and our society is going through its changes. The better we can stay centered and grounded and peaceful and resilient and full of love and light and appreciation and gratitude, the more we as a collective family will move our collective future, our personal and collective future, in directions that we want to see. Never underestimate this. It's very, very, very powerful. Your well-being, happiness, and resilience is essential to that of the collective. And the collective benefits when we're in that good feeling state. So there's nothing wrong with feeling good. In fact, it's kind of our homework. So this card is reminding us, create structures, create boundaries, do what we need to do to have access to that grounding, rejuvenating, enlivening access. And I'm going to just call it nature, whatever it looks like for you. You know what it is. Give yourself permission and structure, and maybe even a schedule to make it easier to have this in your experience so you can be your optimal self. And with that, let's all take some nice deep breaths together. remembering that the breath is life. We know this, and our bodies do it automatically. And when we do it with intention, we're pulling in oxygen and all those trace elements and other gases that we need to thrive as humans. We're expanding our lungs. We're expanding the space between our cells. We're creating room for more love and light into our field when we breathe well. And then, effortlessly, our body is releasing. Exhalation is full of what we don't need anymore. And what's incredible is our relationship to the natural world. The plant kingdom takes our exhalation and transforms it into oxygen and other things that we need. This is incredibly precious dynamic that we have with life, this sacred circle of life that we are all part of. And we have an opportunity to connect with it deliberately. Whenever we remember, I know it's not always easy, but when we do, what a gift. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania. Thank you once again for this opportunity to come together, to be in service through my gifts, to help us have whatever it is that we need to show up in the best way possible every day, every week, so that we can be co-creators of a beautiful life for ourselves, for those we love, for our communities, for life generally on this planet. I'm grateful for each and every individual who comes on these calls, who is here helping to hold the energy of this wisdom, of this space, of grounding it on the planet through their being as they hear it and remember and hold the frequency of well-being and home and adaptability and resilience in their form. I'm so grateful, Creator, for each and every individual on this planet, wherever they are, who is holding more love and light. Coming from whatever tradition, doing whatever practices, I am grateful for all those who are holding this beautiful, magnificent, healing, transformative space and energy at this time. And I send love and light out to each and every individual and to this beautiful planet we call home, who is going through her own growth spirit experience. I ask for support, for continued and ongoing love and support and inspiration and guidance. Strew our paths with insights, with wisdom, with delightful insights, and surprise and delight us. Continue to. And show us just how fun life can be, how magnificent this journey of self-revelation and becoming really is. I am so grateful to all who are always here every day, at all times, walking with us on this path. Those who we love who've come before. Thank you, grandmothers and grandfathers. Thank you to all our ancestors. Thank you to all who are spirit family. We are grateful to you as well. And we are grateful for all the kingdoms, the animal kingdoms, the fish kingdoms, the bird kingdoms, the living organism kingdoms of the world environment, all life here. Thank you for allowing us humans to get up to speed and come home again with love and intention and kindness, and become active members of this life community with awareness and respect and kindness and goodness. Thank you, Creator. This reading is at an end for this week. Thank you for being here once again. Much love and light. Onward and upward. We've got this. Stay in your heart, get into nature, have a beautiful week. I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. Lots of love. Bye for now.